We can start, Prabhuji. I'll make you host.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So my voice is available. Slide is on the screen.
Yes, Prabhuji. Very
Hare Krishna once again to all participants. Just let us hear Hare Krishna. Unmute.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So let us start chapter 6. Humble obeisance to Radha Govinda in the temple of Mangaluru, Kulai. So understand Bhagavad Gita in 18 days. Chapter 6. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namo. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadeshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So all glories to Founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, His Holiness Jai Pataka Swami Guru Maharaj ki jai, and our present Temple President, His Grace Namanishta Das Prabhuji, due to whom this entire online session is going. Hare Krishna. So today's chapter is Dhyana Yoga. And yesterday we learnt about the peace formula. I hope you all have contemplated on the formula. So now we are moving to Dhyana Yoga. So just before we begin, just want to hear from you all what you understand by yoga. So Anusha Mataji.
What I feel is peace.
Yes, peace. I mean, peace will come through yoga. Peace formula, in fact, we have learned yesterday. Bhoktaram Yagatapasam Sarvaloko Maheswaram Suhrudam Sarvabhutanam Kyatva Mam Shanti Murchati. So that is, peace will also come. Padmaja Mataji, what you understand by yoga? I mean, whatever comes to mind, it doesn't matter. It's okay. We're learning together. Hare Krishna. Priya Mataji.
Connection with Lord.
Connection with Lord. Perfect. Perfect.
I would say like a connection between body and mind, like a bridge connecting the body and mind.
No, connecting. Yes, you're right. Connecting both body and mind. Everything.
Yeah.
Connecting body, mind, and soul. All
Yeah.
together, connecting it to God.
Hmm.
So connection of all body, mind, intelligence, soul, all to for Krishna or to Krishna. So that is called yoga. Prasiddhi Bhushan Prabhuji, you have any other thing to say? What is yoga? I think there is some connection issue.
I guess it's all about meditation, Guruji. Hare Krishna, am I audible?
Yes, yes. Meditation is dhyana. I am talking about yoga. What is yoga? So yoga is connection. We just discuss the yoga. Simple meaning of yoga is connection. And in fact, in a normal Hindi class or a Sanskrit class, even if the primary student will say that yoga is nothing but connection, and yoga is subtraction. So connection with whom? We have already said that a connection with Supreme Lord. However, what we're going to learn in this chapter is how to control. So three things we're going to learn. One is how to control the mind. What happens if one is unable to attain perfection while doing all this control of mind and doing meditation, what happens if he kind of, could not continue in between and then leaves, then what happens to him? That is also one of the question of Arjuna, and that question was also answered in this chapter. And which is the best yoga process? So we just talk about what is yoga. However, nowadays we see how the yoga has been understood in a different way, in a totally a different way. I mean, they have concocted the idea of yoga, and also they have made very, very innovative, creative, with all kinds of creativity. We see the yoga. So this person is doing gymnastic. So what is yoga here? We don't know. What kind of connection he is having also we don't know. This person is doing some kind of Shana, and so what connection I can see is that maybe there is a connection between his head and his and the floor, or the, whatever earth is there. Here, in fact, this person has gone below the ground. So is this yoga? Of course not. So this is not yoga. This can, as somebody, I think, one participant was saying that it will have control of mind and all that. So yes, here there will be control of breath, because he's dug his head inside of the earth. So he will have some breath control, but breath control is just one part of the yoga, just one part. And this person also, what he's doing, he's in fact doing some trikonasana or whatever it is. On so his connection is primarily with the mat. So is this yoga? Is this yoga? No. And it has gone to such an extent that even people are doing and saying that this is yoga with intoxication. Even with that, they're saying that it is yoga. And it doesn't stop here. It goes on and on and on. There is goat yoga. There is office yoga. There is yoga for pregnancy, yoga for the kitten. There is a kitten which is, just upside down on a chair. So that is yoga for the cat. And then there is a chair dancing, so chair yoga. There is, uh, I mean, it goes further and further. It is back care yoga, desktop yoga, yoga secrets for business success, tennis yoga. You can see someone is putting his head within the tennis bat. That also he's saying that there is a yoga tennis, office yoga. After some time, someone will invent dosa yoga, idli yoga. Also, I don't know. So this is how the business is running without understanding what is yoga. So many types of yoga. No one is talking about Krishna. Yoga is being united, as you said just now, that it is basically unification of thoughts and emotions, the entire soul with the Lord, like Mirabai. There are many examples, many like Narada Muni. So the whole purpose of yoga is to experience union with the Lord. But even the yoga teachers, it is not that all the different creative yogas that we saw, it is not the fact that many of those teachers were not trained properly. They many of them were maybe trained in the very, very traditional manner, but they are refraining themselves from saying the truth. Because if they say the truth, then they will be termed secular. And if they are termed secular, then maybe there is a loss of business, loss of customer. So this has gone to that level of cheating. So we just learned that between cheater and the cheated, who is at loss all the time? The cheated. So Krishna is saying to Arjuna that I want you to connect to me in the devotional service. And that is what is the Bhakti Yoga, or even that is called Buddhi Yoga, because that is the smartest of the yogas. So, but before then, he wanted to touch upon the Ashtanga Yoga. And then let us understand what is happening after explanation of the Ashtanga Yoga. What is the reaction of Arjuna? First, let us understand what is Ashtanga Yoga. Okay, so Ashta Anga Yoga. So three words. Ashta is 8, Anga is limb, and Yoga is connection. And which are these 8 limbs? This name starts with Yama. Yama, then Niyama, then Asana, then Pranayam, then Pratyahara, then Dharana, then Dhyana, and ultimately Samadhi. So this is the 8 limbs of the Ashtanga Yoga process, which is a proper process which is prescribed in the scripture. Now, what we seen was all that yoga that we seen was merely a part of the asana. That is the third one. And that also not the proper asana, but some concocted asana. So the right method of Ashtanga Yoga is there will be, if you look at, these 8 limbs, then first 3 are mostly for the cross body. We can see that yamas are primarily for the external discipline, like, telling the truth and getting discipline in the niyama. There will be, various kind of austerities. Asana, of course, there will be postures and all that. So all for the cross body. From pranayama onwards, it is for the subtle body. In fact, pranayama is the stage or is the limb where there there is a connection between the subtle body and the cross body. How? Because primarily breathing has a connection with the mind. So here onwards, pratyahara is withdrawal of senses. So we just learned about the withdrawal of senses, like that of the tortoise, how it's takes back its limbs, and then it withdraw its senses. It should be, and the mind should be such that there is you know there is a fire without any wind. So those kind of concentration is required, and dharana is the concentration. Then dhyana is, and in the dhyana stage, in fact, what happens is that now he is completely away from all material connection, and he's completely absorbed in meditation. And final stage is the samadhi, where he has a chance to have a darshan of the Brahma Jyoti. However, that darshan is again subjected to fall down. That we'll just understand. So again, the same thing: yama, niyama, asana, pranayam, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. And external disciplines, further explanation we just talked about, like it primarily prohibitive and regulative principles. Prohibitive will be non-violence, truth, non-stealing, celibacy, that is brahmacharya, non-hoarding of any wealth, and so on, and contentment, cleanliness, austerity, study of scriptures, and ultimately the surrender. Asana pranayam, of course, control the mind. We already talked about. Pratyahara involves less involved in sense object. So ultimately, after pratyahara, and particularly dharana and dhyana, this requires complete renunciation of family and all activities, going to the secluded place, taking, sitting on an asana and a particular type of asana, sitting in a particular type of posture, concentrating on the tip of the nose, all that is required. So quite a austere kind of scene or scenario is required. And what are the prerequisites for that? Let us look at. One is yama, which is in verse 6, chapter 6, verse 10 is he should live alone in a secluded place and should always carefully control his mind. So is it, it is not possible for everyone, right? Many of us are having our offices, family, and we can do Yukta Vairagya, but this can be difficult. For some, it may be easy. Uh, that is because they have done it in their previous life. But generally, for 99% people, it will not be easy. Niyama, again, the entire control on eating, sleeping, working, and recreation, absolutely in a controlled manner. Because in any case, he's already in the forest and has to do all these regulatory principles. Asana requires a lot of uh, requisites. So to say, what should be the asana made of? It should be a kusa or the grass asana, or it can be of a deer skin or a tiger skin on which one should sit. And then the asana should not be too high or too low. Then there is another condition that your body, the neck, body, and the head altogether has to be completely straight, and the the concentration has to be on the tip of the nose. And after all this, after having all this done, now with that unagitated mind, without the fear, completely free from sex life, because he is supposed to be a celibate, and one should meditate upon me. This is the condition of the asana. So, what is the asanas that we have seen in the previous pictures? They were even doing some kind of yoga with alcohol. Somebody was doing with go to yoga and so on and so forth. So those are actually not asana at all, because it is saying that it is to be completely free from this material pleasures. Mind is to be unagitated. It has to be completely from the sex life. It should have complete mind focus, and then meditate upon Krishna. Me means Krishna. So up to this also, it looks like really difficult, because I mean, going to the secluded place, then having all this niyama, because eating, some certain kind of food, some non-oily food, for example, people ask. So, and pranayama practice stopping the movement of outgoing breath. So this is basically inhaling, stopping, exhaling, then inhaling, stopping, exhaling. All this pranayama, practice will go on. So this is basically, now we have just gone to the fourth stage. So there are another four, where after that we'll reach samadhi. So these four are pratyahara, that is a complete cessation of the material existence. So here onwards, we see that there is no other way but to be away from family altogether, away from the family situations altogether, because now it requires a discipline of the mental activities. It requires, discipline and devoid of all material desires, and then only the dharana is possible. And after dharana comes the next stage, dhyana, and this dhyana has to be, uh, which we just discussed in the chapter 2 also, that it should be something like a mind has to be unagitated, uh, like lamp in a windless place. So if a lamp is placed in a windless place, it doesn't flicker. So absolutely unflickering mind. So in fact, we're discussing in chapter 4 that when Arjuna was asking that what should I do? Should I do sannyasa, go to forest, or should I fight? Then also it was said that it is not easy to control the mind, and the thoughts will come, because if you are in a secluded place and alone, then all the past thoughts will come. What kind of sense enjoyment you are doing? All these memories, good memories, bad memories, memories of happiness, memories of distress, thoughts after thoughts will come. But what is demanding is that there should not be any thought, and it should be kind of a shunya meditation. And then after all this, the final stage is samadhi, where one is never shaken, even in the midst of great difficulty. This indeed is actual freedom from all miseries arising from the material contact. So after having passed through the seventh stage, in the eighth stage, he, I mean, it is not necessary also that one can move up to the eighth stage. Maybe somebody, stops at dhyana, or somebody stops at dharana because he's not able to do, because it looks really so difficult. So, but then the life lesson here is that what the yogi or the Ashtanga yogi is trying to do is contemplating on, I am not this body, and I am not this mind. So I am not the body, I am not the mind. I am not the body, I am not the mind. With this contemplation, he is also contemplating that I can control my mind only by Lord's grace. So now yoga is absolutely redefined. So now Krishna is rejecting all that we're talking about. It is not a breathing exercise, because breathing exercise is the pranayama, which is just one part of it. So 1/8 part of it. Physical exercise for healthy body is not the yoga. Going to Himalayas is not yoga. better facility for sense enjoyment, of course not yoga. So union between individual consciousness and supreme consciousness. One Mataji, Priya Mataji said, I think, union between individual consciousness and supreme consciousness. That is what the yoga he has defined. Now, having said this, what we understand is going to Ashtanga yoga, there is a ladder. So what happens is a common person starts with Sakama Karma. Sakama Karma is doing the duty, good deeds, and there are some good results. All this happens. And there can be and slowly getting out of the bad deeds and doing only good deeds, based on the scripture. And after doing all this, eventually he goes to the next platform, that is Niskama Karma, where he does the duty for the sake of the duty. For example, Arjuna fighting for the sake of fighting, not for Jaya Jayo Lava Alabho, not for winning or losing, but as an instrument of Krishna and just for the duty. So Niskama Karma. So there is no desire. So after having achieved the Niskama Karma, now this person is able to understand the Jnana Yoga, where we are talking about the Padmapatra Vivambasa stage, like a lotus leaf. All this understanding is coming. Once this understanding is coming, so he knows about the what is required for the body. He knows about what is required for the mind, what kind of focus, control required. Because Padmapatra Vivambasa requires that one is to be absolutely uh, balanced, not getting attached at all. So equipoised, that is what is the requirement of Padmapatra Vivambasha. So once that stage is achieved, then it makes the right space for Ashtanga Yoga. So he goes to the Ashtanga Yoga, goes to the Samadhi. In the Samadhi, he has a darshan of the effulgence. And after many births, then he has a chance. There is a chance that he will have a connection to Krishna. The final objective is Bhakti Yoga. However, this is how the process people follow. So now the main question will come that if my objective is to connect Krishna, if my objective is to connect Krishna, that means if I want to hit the bullseye and bullseye is connecting Krishna, then why I should hit on the periphery of this board? So if I choose the bullseye, that is my goal, then that will define my role. However, if I start from Sakama Karma to Niskama Karma to transcendental knowledge to Ashtanga Yoga, and then after that Bhakti, then it might take how many lives you don't know. So Ashtanga Yoga has many physical requirements, many mental requirements. We just look at, right, physical. It has to be very very sound physical health and absolutely controlled mind. All that is required. So Ashtanga Yoga verse 6.1314, what Bhagavan is saying, Samam Kaya Shiro Gribam धारयन् अचलं स्थिरः सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं दिशश्चनावलोकयन् प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिर्ब्रह्मचारी प्रतिष्ठितः मनः संयम्य मच्चित्तो युक्तो आसीत मत्परः. One should hold one's body, neck, and head erect in a straight line and stare steadily at the tip of the nose. Thus, with an unagitated, subdued mind, devoid of fear, completely free from sex life, one should meditate upon me within the heart and make me the ultimate goal of life. This is what the requirement of Ashtanga Yoga. And then, yatoto nischalati यतो यतो निश्चलति मनश्चञ्चलम् अस्थिरं ततस्ततो न्यो म्य- म्य- ततो ततो नियम्यतादात्मनि एव वसं नयेत्. From wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. So mind is like a monkey, and it will jump from one thought to another. You can see where the thoughts are going. That's the nature of the neurons. but what he's trying, this Ashtanga Yoga is trying to control the mind, focus it just in the tip of the nose, and then trying to focus and go ahead, which seems to be really, really difficult. So all these are required, unagitated mind. And how the unagitated mind is required? It is like, lamp in the windless place. Okay, so there is some chart. Okay, so this is something else. This is for the attendance. Okay, Hare Krishna. Complete celibacy, that is brahmacharya, and habits regulated, of course. Rising in the morning, in the 4 o'clock, or before the sunrise, in the Brahma Muhurta, doing all japas, all kind of you know requirement that is uh, not normal thing that is required. And after that, except for the eating, sleeping, the rest of the time he's supposed to do all that which we discussed. For some reason the slide is not moving. Hare Krishna. Oh yeah. So now, understanding all that, are you willing to give this yoga system a try? Like going to secluded place, staying erect, concentrating on the nose. Are you willing to give this yoga a try? Anusha Mataji, Padmaja Mataji, Priya Mataji, Prasiddhi Bhushan Prabhuji. Are you willing to give this yoga system a try? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji, you're
Yes,
audible.
Prabhuji.
So are you going to give a try?
Too difficult.
Like if it's possible, then yes, then
Yes. So somebody may try. It is not that that will not lead to, you know, the ultimate objective. Ultimately, even after many births, they will also, even the Ashtanga Yogi also will have the uh, ultimately go, have the darshan of Krishna. That is also possible. But most of the people like us cannot do it because of the highest kind of, mental and physical requirement that it demands. And if, first of all, if someone is saying that he can try or she can try, would also mean that she or he would have done it in some of his past birth. Then only it is perhaps possible. They are already in the journey. But what Arjuna is saying, let us just understand. When all this was explained by Lord Krishna, that these are the prerequisites for the Ashtanga Yoga. He already said that this everything is required. So then again, Arjuna is saying that you know Arjuna rejects this proposal of control mind. Arjuna is saying that Krishna, it seems really, really tough. And when Arjuna is saying this, Arjuna is really humble to say this because we know Arjuna. I mean, there are very, very few examples like Arjuna who has the maximum or the ultimate focus and control of mind. And this story we know that when all the Pandavas, everyone in the when the teaching was going on by Dronacharya at that point of time, everyone was supposed to hit on the eye of the bird. So Dronacharya asked, so okay, Bhima, what you were saying? So he was saying that, no, I can see only the branch. Somebody saying I can see only the leaf. Somebody saying I'm able to see the sky. But Arjuna said, I cannot see anything except the eye of the bird. So that is the kind of concentration and focus he had. And this one is, of course, the the ultimate where the test was done during the marriage of Draupadi. It was the most difficult test which Arjuna passed, where he was supposed to hit the eye of the fish, which was revolving above in a wheel, and he's supposed to hit it not looking above, but looking down, the image inside of the water. That is the kind of focus and mind control he has. And not only that, he has in fact defeated Lord Shiva and got his blessings. I mean, defeated in the sense that he had gone to Himalayas. He has he done his tapasya, and then Shiva came as a hunter, and then there was a fight between them, and finally he won, and he got the Pashupatastra. That was the kind of Arjuna as a person, and he also had the darshan of Naranarayana. With he had done the penance, he has done the tapasya, he has done everything, not only on the archery. So let us understand this point. So we are not talking about Arjuna as the best archer and having mind control on no, the fight of archery, but he was also on the meditation part. Also, he had done those in those times. But now, what he's saying now, he's saying, Chanchalam hi manah Krishna pramathi balabhadridham tasyaham nigraham manye vayuriva suduskaram. Vayuriva suduskaram, he's saying about the mind. He's saying, for the mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong, O Krishna, and to subdue it, I think, is more difficult than controlling what. He's saying that I can control the wind. That is possible. I can use some kind of my weapon and I can control that, but I cannot control mind. That is too restless and too turbulent. Arjuna is saying. So Bhagavan has to answer to Arjuna now. Now Bhagavan is saying, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Asam Asamsayam Mahabaho Manodurni Graham Chalam Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagyena cha Grihate. The blessed Lord said, O mighty armed son of Kunti, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind, but it is possible by constant practice and detachment. So Krishna also accepting and saying, Arjuna, you are right. You are right. It is difficult. But he also doesn't want to discourage Arjuna that it is difficult, but you can still do it by controlling, by constant practice and by detachment. So you try because you can do this. Now let us talk about the mind. Is a mind a friend or an enemy? Anyone? Anusha Mataji, Padmaja Mataji.
Mind can become a friend also and enemy also. So we have to make our brain friend.
So when it is friend and when it is enemy?
When it is in our control, it is a friend, and when it is in out of control, it is an enemy.
Okay, so when we keep it in control, then it is a friend. Then when it is out of control, then it is enemy. So most of the time, it is friend or enemy.
It depends on
Actually,
person.
actually, it's in our hands right now. I mean, if we do, good things, then of course we'll be in that position where we listen. We give friend. We give it as friend, or else it will be enemy, of course.
Right. So as rightly said, that mind is a friend only when it is conquered by us, and when it is not. When mind conquers us, for him who has conquered the mind is the best of the friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his very mind will be the greatest enemy. So, but then in most of the time, it is becoming enemy because we are not able to conquer the mind. Why? Because we have already seen who is superior to mind? Buddhi. We have learned the chariot, right? The body is like a chariot. The senses are the five horses. The rein is the mind, and the Sarathi is the Buddhi, intelligence. So intelligence is controlling mind, and intelligence is controlled by soul. So if we're doing anything for the soul and anything for the Buddhi or intelligence, then definitely we're going to control the mind. For the soul, we understand that we have to connect to Krishna. So, do you know how a lion is trained by a trainer? It is by a stick, and the stick is charged with electricity initially. So, for 5, 10, or 20 rounds, the electricity charged in a normal, iron stick. Then after that, there is no electricity. Lion is already trained because the mind of lion thinks that electricity might be there. So, mind is such; it can be trained with a pseudo effect also. Like we'll understand that what is called you know the effect of a pseudo medicine. So बंधुर आत्ममत मनस्त्स्य येनात्मैवात्मना जितः अनात्मानस्तु शत्रुत्वे वर्तेतात्मैव शत्रुवत्. For him who has conquered the mind is the best of the friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his very mind will be the greatest enemy. And this is happening all the time. Most of the time when you say that I am depressed, anxiety, people, some friend has told something, and how so mind is failing to the ego that you have to think this way. That how we can say this way? So all that is filled by mind. But if we are thinking that we are above mind, then we should not listen to the mind, and for that practice is required. And all this is happening because there is a contemplation which is going in the mind. And we understand very well that from the contemplation in the eightfold, finally it goes to the fall down stage. So contemplation of the mind, that is manana, will understand how we can protect ourselves from the manana or contemplation of the mind. That is through mantra. So mind is like a fire. When controlled, it can make miracles happen. We can see the rockets with the controlled fire which is going on in the rocket engine. In a 2 3 stages it goes. In airplane also, it is a controlled engine in the fire. However, if you look at the forest fire, it is absolutely uncontrolled, and there can be complete devastation. So mind can make us physically sick. So all the problems that we have, the physical problems like blood pressure, like diabetes, ulcers, Alzheimer's, all this disorder, many of these are said to be psychosomatic. So primarily mind and body connected. So, and therefore sometimes even the cure for majority of the disease known to mankind too is having with a placebo effect. So for example, if someone is having anxiety issue and he's having some kind of drug, let's say some kind of clonazepam or whatever, or Alprax, etc. It can so happen that one day somebody has put a placebo or the similar looking drug, and he will take it, and he will actually will be without anxiety, because his mind has accepted that this medicine is going to give me the pleasantness, or make me cool. This is the power of the mind. So why to be forced by an external object like a medicine, or like the stick of the lion? We are the controller of the mind. So the soul is the controller, the buddhi is the controller. Now the next question of Arjuna is that Krishna, you are talking about Ashtanga yoga, and you have also talked about the ladder of yoga from normal sakama karma to niskama karma to transcendental knowledge platform, then Ashtanga yoga, and then finally uh, bhakti, of course. But what happens if somebody falls in between? He was doing, let's say, yama niyama, pranayam, and died in between, or he's doing, he's at transcendental knowledge stage and he died. So what happens to that yogi? So Krishna is answering, God has, because this process is eternal, it doesn't at all vanquish it stays eternal. So therefore any endeavor towards that remains as it is. So whoever has started it, he has to start it from that stage, not he doesn't have to start from the zero. So after many many years of enjoyment on the planets of the pious loving entities, why? Because he's done so many good deeds, so he's born into the family of the righteous people, or into the family of the aristocracy, that is suchina, that is Srimatam Gehe, Suchi Nam Srimatam Gehe, in the houses of the righteous people, or in the house of the aristocracy. Why? Because there is an ecosystem which is made by Krishna, that you have done so much. So now you have to start not afresh. You have to start from where you finished. So therefore, now you need an ambience, ecosystem. So therefore, I'll give you a place where in a wealthy person or a righteous person, so that you will not have the struggle of bread and butter, of the struggle of the roti kapda or makan. All that you will not require. And 6.42, he's saying he takes his birth in a family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Verily, such as birth is rare in this world. So 6.41, 6.42 are talking about two things. One is what happens to such yogi who fails in between, or could not complete. So there are two types. One is one who falls down after short yoga practice, and one who falls down after long yoga practice. So in case of short practice, he takes birth in the family of the Brahmanas or in the family of the aristocratic. But however, who has done a long practice, he has done the entire thing from Sakama Karma to up to the Ashtanga Yoga. Somewhere he could not, complete. In that case, he is definitely born in a family of a transcendentalist, and thereby he receives a spiritual impetus from the very beginning of its life. We saw the children, small children in the last class, how they're already initiated into Krishna consciousness. So, so their journey has started. So their journey has not started in this life. Their journey has started in his previous life or in their previous life, and therefore they're able to do is by Krishna's arrangement and this arrangement that we're talking about, so that they will make further progress in order to achieve complete success. So this is the answer now Krishna gives to Arjuna, what happens in this case. So who is the best yogi or the greatest of the yogis? No other than, of course, Narada Muni, because 24/7 he is saying Narayana, 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 completely absorbed in Krishna, completely. So this is the ladder we talked about. Karma yoga, then Jnana yoga, then Ashtanga yoga, and then finally Bhakti yoga. So what happens is in Karma yoga, what happens is the person who is a little spiritually inquisitive, so he does the basic type of service, like he uses his all his material, his money, his wealth, everything for the Lord, plucking flowers for the Lord, cleaning temple, making monetary donations. All this he does. That's at the basic stage. While practicing all this, definitely he's going to meet many jnanis and gets involved in cultivation of jnana. So he goes to the transcendental knowledge stage. After having that knowledge, now he gradually understand Paramatma. So Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaneti Shabdate Sarvasya Chaham Kriti Sannivisto Matta Smatirjnana Apohanam Cha Vedaischa Sarvai Ahameva Vedyaha Vedanta Krut Veda Videva Chaham. All that he understands as a jnana or knowledge. And so thereby, with this realization, now he thinks that let me move to the forest and do some Ashtanga yoga. However, somebody who surrenders to Krishna and becomes bhakta and involves the highest yoga practice, he is called bhakti yogi. So either one can go through the entire process and then finally go to the bhakti yoga, or straight away one can start with yukta vairagya and go to uh, Krishna. So we can see what Krishna is saying. He's saying it is the best. So amongst the all the yogis, he who always abides in me with great faith, worshipping me in transcendental loving service. Yoginam api sarvesam. Yoginam api sarvesam. That is, of all the yogis, madgate nantaratmana. So who is giving the transcendental loving service to me, very intimately united with me, Sardhavan bhajante, very intimately united to me, yo mam sa me yukta tama mataha. So as per me, or according to me, he is the highest of all. Yukta tamo. So there are three words: yukta, yukta tara, and yukta tama. So from yoga, the word is yukta. So somebody who is connected already. So connection is yoga, connected is yukta, and in yukta there is yukta and yukta tara and yukta tama. So he is saying he is the highest among all the yogis. Krishna is saying, and we can see uh, how the gopis are dancing with so much of loving service, transcendental loving service, the best, the highest of all. So gopis and gopas, highest bhaktas, 24-hour service to the Lord, thinking of the Lord all the time. And of all yogis, he who always abides in me with great faith, worshipping me in the transcendental loving service, is most intimately united with me in yoga and is highest of all. We can see all these all our gopa friends. They are 24/7 with Krishna, with the Sakhya Bhava. And so they are the highest. So spiritual practice in different yogas, we have understood already. In Satya Yoga, it was meditation. So so we talked about the dhyana, which is nothing but meditation. It was best fit for Satya Yoga. In Treta, it was fire sacrifice. And in Dwapara, it was temple worship. Kali Yuga, it is Nama. That is what this particular shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam 12.3.52 says. So त्रेताया ध्यायतो विष्णुं त्रेतायां यजोते मुखैः द्वापरे परिचारययं कलौ तात हरि कीर्तना. So Treta meditation, Satya meditation, Treta is fire sacrifice, Dwapara temple worship, and in Kali Yuga, chanting of holy name. So this is what the comparison is between various process of yoga like Ashtanga yoga, through the all this process, not only eightfold process, but starting with the Sakama Karma to Ashtanga yoga and then finally to Bhakti. So now the comparison is, if there is a chance to go to the top floor, which one I'll choose, simple stairs or a lift? No doubt I'll choose the lift because I want to go fast. And the lift is what is applicable for Kali Yuga. So what is mantra? So the application for this of the lift is the mantra meditation. So for Kali Yuga, it is the mantra meditation because Krishna says that Yajnanam Japa Yajna Asmi. Yajnanam Japa Yajna Asmi, he's saying. And what is mantra? Can I have some answers? What is mantra? Anusha Mataji, what is a mantra? It's a, nowadays, of course, they're saying even in management that it is the mantra they're using in a different way. It is the best mantra for management. It is the best mantra for organizing a committee or whatever. This is abused like anything. But what is the meaning of mantra? Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Mataji, can you say what is mantra? Can you unmute? Jai Shri Mataji. Not able to unmute? Okay. So, Prashit Bhushan Prabhuji, what is mantra?
Mantra is you're chanting the holy names. Is it?
Yeah, absolutely right. Mantra is chanting, but chanting is an activity. So mantra is chanting. There is a Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. It's a mantra. It's a chanting. But there are two words in mantra. So one is man and other is tra. So what does it mean? We should understand the basics, right? So anyone has idea what the mantra means? Okay, let me explain. So in Sanskrit, mantra means mananat trayate iti mantraha. Mananat means from the contemplation, something which, from the contemplation of mind, that which protects us, that which delivers us, that which relieves us is mantra. And that delivers the mind and its manana. That is mantra. And Kali Yuga's mantra is Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Priya Mataji, are you saying something? Hare Krishna. Yeah, so so we can do the mantra in different ways. We can do japa, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Or we can do a Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This Sankirtan also can be done. In Sankirtan, not only the person who is doing gets delivered, but even all others, even those small insects which who are around, they also get the
10, 10:30, 10:30.
Priya Mataji was saying something, but Hare Krishna. So there are many scriptural references that this is the Maha Mantra, which is the only way and only way and only way. So first starting with the Narayana Sahita, what it says, Dra द्वापरैर् जनैर्विष्णु पैचात्रस्तु केवलौ कलौ तु नाम mantra पूजते भगवान हरि. So what it means? It means in the age of Kali, people should simply chant the holy names of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in Kali Santaran Upanishad, it says, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti Shodoshakam Namnam Kali Kalmashanashanam Natah Parataropayah Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate. So, after searching through all the Vedic literature, one cannot find a method of religion more sublime for this age than the chanting of Hare Krishna. It is in Kali Santarana Upanishad. Then in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 17.21, again it says, Harir Nam, Harir Nam, Harir Namaiva Kevalam, Kalau Nastevya Gatiranatha. So in the age of Kali, in the age of quarrel and hypocrisy, Kali's meaning is primarily, quarrel and hypocrisy. The only means of deliverance is the chanting of the holy name. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. So why it is 3 times? I said it is because to make it more important. But there is also another thing here. It cannot be achieved in Kali Yuga by all the other methods. That is by Karma Yoga or Jnana Yoga or Dhyana Yoga. It cannot be. It can be achieved only through Nama Yoga. So there is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. So those ways are not the ways. It says straight away, right? Scriptural reference. Another scriptural reference, Srimad Bhagavatam Purana, 12.3.51. कलिर्दोष निधे राजन् अस्ति हि एको महान् गुणः कीर्तनात् एव कृष्णस्य मुक्त संगम परम व्रजेत due to kirtana. So my dear king, although Kali Yuga is full of faults, dosho nidhe, he's saying, lot of faults, like people are dull, people are hypocrite, people are so and so, you know, alpa medha, Swarpa Buddhi, all that is there. So there is still one good quality about this age. That's the most wonderful quality of the age. Who is saying? Sukha Muni is saying to Parikshita Maharaj in the Bhagavatam that it is that by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. This is available in the Kali Yuga. It was not available in Treta or Dwapara or in Satya. Another scriptural reference, Gita itself, where in the 10, we'll study 10th chapter. It says, Yajnanam Japa Yajna Asmi. So Krishna is saying, I am the Japa Yoga. So if he's saying, I am the Japa among the sacrifices, then there is no other way, there is no other way. It's right. So there are some do's for chanting which we must know about Maha Mantra. First, we should chant the Panchatattva mantra before starting. Anyone who can remember the Panchatattva mantra? Can you say it? Because this is what is most important to remember before chanting.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Nice. Very nice. Prasiddhi Prabhuji. It is so nice, and with such a devotion you have chanted
Yeah.
You will get lot of blessings, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasa Adi Gaura Bhakta Pranta. Before chanting, they will take care of the offenses of the chanting because we are not so pure. We cannot do the Shuddha Nama. So when we're starting, at least there should be someone to rescue us. And they will rescue us because Chaitanya himself is Krishna, Nityananda Prabhu is Balarama, Advaita is Shiva and Vishnu, Gadadhara is Radharani, Srivasa is Narada Muni. They will take care of any offense if we do it during chanting. So therefore it is required. So do's for chanting, the Maha Mantra, chant audibly, like not Hare Krishna, not like whispering. It has to be at least heard by 2 ears. Sravana. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And another is that pronounce each name distinctly, as I just told it now. Chant with respect, devotion, and concentration, not just mechanically. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, not like this. At least there has to be, because ultimately the point is the connection to the Krishna. Without devotion, what is the point? There is no point. And you can chant. So this is the beauty of it. You can chant it any place, sitting, walking, facing, direction, any direction. There are no restriction at all. For other mantras, there are a lot of restrictions, like where the mantras, like Gayatri mantra, for example, you have to do it, only after bathing. You cannot do it, sleeping. I mean, of course, no mantra you can do, in the, let's say, restroom. Even this can be done in the restroom. You should not take the bid inside. It can be done. So it can be done in the when you are doing the, the final rites. Some death has taken place in a family. Anything, any stage. So some do's for the chanting. You can chant anytime. However, Brahma Murta is the best time because that time our mind is positive, very, very devotional. So we should take advantage of the time. Do's for chanting again is you can chant either before or after taking bath. No issue there. It is recommended to chant by keeping count. This is very important. Like now I'm count. It should be at least 108 because the number of bits are 8. You should not cross the Krishna bit or the, central bit. So you should go Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, complete one round and comes back. So this way you should do. Why 108 bits? Because there are 108 Upanishads. And there are some don'ts. One should not chant only a portion of the Mahamantra. Very simple don't is there. Like one should not say that, I'm touching a bit and saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, then jump to the next bit. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It should not happen. A complete, at least Sodasanamnan mantra, right? It is a 16-letter mantra. So all the 16 letters has to be pronounced in one bit. One should not chant on the Krishna bit, the main bit, and one should not chant while reading a book or newspaper or watching a TV, because then there is no focus on Krishna. The focus is on the TV serial where something is going on and we are mechanical doing this. That is of no use. And benefits, there are a lot of benefits. People are so happy. You can see how happy they are. Freedom from the reactions of the scene and relief from unwanted drives, habits. All these habits will slowly go away. We saw how Prabhupada made the hippies into devotees. So what about this? This is very small, very, very small. They were into everything, all that is possible, all kinds of, you know, uh, all kinds of engagement, sense engagement that is possible, they were doing. And they could come out of that. So it is very easy. Just chant. Let us just chant and get out of all this. In our present condition, we are slaves to any whimsical thoughts and desires. In our present condition, we are slaves to any whimsical thoughts and desires. This is what the present condition without the mantra. Mantra will do mananat trayate. It will take out from the contemplation of the mind. Freedom from anxiety and stress. No medicine is required. No clonazepam. No uh, Alprax. Whatever. Nothing is required. it will be absolutely stress-free, anxiety-free. Peace of mind, in any case, peace formula we have already got. Just to remember Krishna as three, the controller, Bhoktar, the enjoyer, Bhoktaram Yajnatapasam. He is the enjoyer of all the sacrifices. Then Sarvaloka Maheswaram, he is the controller of all the universes. And Suhrudam Cha Sarvabhutanam. And then do a kirtan. That will give the real happiness. And of course, enlightenment in any case will come. So what people say about chanting Hare Krishna, so there are so many people. He is from Beatles. We saw him. He's saying it is really a process of having realization of God. Such people are saying who are you know in the music line, and George Harrison told this, and he became devotee also. And this person is a very young industrialist and from France, I think. So he's saying everything started happening for me when I began chanting Hare Krishna. So he's Jean-Claude Helice, youngest director of 3M Incorporated France, 29 years old. And he's very famous. He's the main, founder of Ford. And what he says, chanting Hare Krishna has made a tremendous impact in my life. He's Albert Brush Ford, owner of Ford Motors. We were driving car. He's an Indian industrialist. And what he says, I've been chanting Hare Krishna for many years and I have never found anything more pleasurable. Who is he? He's Mr. Desai, ND Desai, leading Indian. He's from G. He has many companies. I mean, Apar Limited, G, Apar Lighting, Seema, Apar Infotech. Apar has done a lot of things in green energy as well. And he is also an Indian CEO. Chanting Hare Krishna has helped me face all the ups and downs in my life with a great confidence and peace of mind. Who is he? He's Rishikesh Mapatlal. Mapatlal Fabrics, all of us know. And she's a model. She's a I think she's a Dutch model. She's saying chanting helped me give up bad habits. It changed my vision of things. And look at how she's dancing with so much of love and devotion. She's Anne Scoffus, Dutch model. She's also a model, but then an European model. She's saying by starting to chant Hare Krishna, I feel tremendous happiness. Vicky Overton, leading European model. And he's an army officer. He's saying my outlook towards life is a lot more brighter after starting to associate with Hare Krishna devotees and chanting the Maha Mantra. And he's saying chanting makes me feel close to God. He's no other than Marco Ferrini, the Italy's top furniture designer. And we know him. Maha Mantra significantly reduces stress, depression. We just talked about depression and stress and the medicines and the mode of ignorance and considerably increased mode of goodness. He's David Wolpe, Master of Social Service Program of Florida State University, researcher for studying the effects of chanting. He's a researcher of effects of chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and he's given this verdict. When I am stressed out, I chant. It's one thing which charges my batteries. So whenever you are a little depressed, just charge it with Maha Mantra. It clears my mind and brings me back in focus. Paul Blair, printing executive. When I am nervous, I find chanting very calming. I don't get shaken up at little things. Sally Raleigh, he is a merchandiser. And chanting Hare Krishna and reading authorized books. Authorized books are what? Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and many others. So, Krishna consciousness has brought me great peace. Ramesh Lal, Toronto Health Spa proprietor. So, you can also chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and be happy. So 4 ways to remember the Lord: His name, Krishna, His form. He can, like in the Kartika Masha, he's a Damodar form. He's various other forms. Paraphernalia are the body parts of him, like some garland is there, pick of feather is there. Many other things are. And Leelas, of course, lot of Leelas. There's a Gopal Leela. So when the Kali Dalana Leela, and so many Leelas are there. All this are same name, form, and paraphernalia, and Leelas, pastimes. Leelas are pastimes. All are same as Krishna. So this is the chapter summary. advancing in Ashtanga Yoga from 6.1 to 6.9, stages of Ashtanga Yoga practice, 6.10 to 6.32. Then why control mind? Arjuna is asking, and Krishna is saying that it is you can do by practice. Abhyasena tu kaunteya. Destination of unsuccessful yogi, there are short and a long-term case. So Suchinam Srimatam Gehe in the house of Suchinam, that is Brahmana, or Srimata, that is in the mercantile family, and Bhakti Yogi, the topmost yoga. Yuktotama Mataha we discussed. So with this Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyo Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. So any questions? Now I stop sharing. But before question, I'll just request that let us have at least one Hare Krishna mantra, full mantra from all. Let us start. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You can all unmute and say Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Beautiful. So any questions? First of all, thank you everyone for this journey on devotion, because this is the opportunity which Krishna has given to us. And we should definitely take care of this so that we advance in whichever journey we have taken. It's a great blessing from Krishna that we all are having together here and discussing about Krishna, in particularly in the month of Kartika. Hare Krishna. So any questions? You can ask now. Hare Krishna. Yes, Tanvi, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
The mantra you said at the end, are we supposed to say after chanting? Like after our chanting is over, we have to say that mantra, which you said at the end. Now.
Yes, yes. In the sense that no, not during japa. Not during japa. That is during the deity worship. During japa, it is just you start with the Panchatattva mantra and continue with one round, then Panchatattva mantra, then complete one round. So that way.
Okay,
But
got
this
it.
Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripasindhu Vaibhacha Patitanam Pavaneva Vaishnava Namo Namaha. This also you can say when you complete, complete your round. But this is primarily during the deity worship. And otherwise also you can say it, because they are the desire trees. We are talking about Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vaibhacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo. So we are remembering all the Vaishnavas, because they are the desire trees. So if we want that we be successful in our journey of bhakti, then of course we should chant it. Hare Krishna. Does that answer, Mataji?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we end the class. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu patitanam